We're back on the road with the One Class at a Time crew. Everybody say hi. We're at Skyview High this week to honor a very special teacher. Right, Jonah?
Yeah, and she sure likes a lot of Diet Pepsi, and she also goes above and beyond for her students.
It makes me feel good that someone is getting something out of being with me every day.
Meet Roberta O'Connor, an English teacher whose impact goes well beyond that subject. She's become a calming presence in the life of her students.
I think the world's really chaotic now, and these students, some of them, come from pretty chaotic places, and so it feels good to have a place that's calm. I think that you can really get to know people and they can thrive once, if you can shut out the noise.
And getting to know her students on a personal level is very important to her.
It's the only thing I know. Like, I can't imagine being around the same person or people every day, day in and day out, and not get to know them.
Miss O'Connor has been teaching for 10 years, but only a few at Skyview. Still, she's made quite an impression on the kids.
If you look behind my desk, I have all the graduation announcements that I've already received from this year. And this is only my second year at Skyview, so I didn't get, I got a few last year, but now I have kids that I had last year that are coming in and handing me their announcements, and kids that I have this year, or, currently, and I just love them so much.
So we've got to know, how did Diet Pepsi help lead to an amazing teaching career?
When I was in elementary or middle school, I used to think it was so cool that the teacher had their own space and they could drink Diet Pepsi whenever they wanted. And it would just seem so cool to me. That was the beginning part. How can she have that and none of us can have anything? We can't even chew gum. But she's got everything she wants all laid out on her desk. The Diet Pepsi thing's kind of a joke, but I always remember it. And so I went back to school many years later because it was just always a dream of mine.
And your students are so glad you made that choice. For being a teacher who has created an environment where every student feels comfortable and welcomed, Miss O'Connor was presented with a $500 grant from the Education Foundation for Billings Public Schools, proudly sponsored by Western Security Bank, and a $150 gift card from City Brew Coffee. Congratulations. We're closing in on the end of the school year, but you still have time to nominate a deserving teacher in your life at ktvq.com/oneclass.